Alright, we're in a bit of a delayed start, but let's close this off with Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Got to rewatch this over the night after clocking out of work. So tonight we're going to go over a brief recap over the results, the playouts, the breakout players. We're going to give a bit of a shout out to Aaron Gordon that opened over a 6-0 scoring fee around the mismatch he had around the paint. He was going 6 straight over interior post-ups around the paint with Gabe Vincent on him, Max Strus on him. And Caleb Martin one time when he cut over to the post. And I just feel like it's just, a bit of, grooming. I knew the Game 1 was going to go to the Nuggets. Just a home court advantage over a team that had a lot more gelling time to go over film, while a fatigued Miami Heat team that was just 2 nights away out of a Game 7 where they shut out the Boston Celtics. It was just a performance that I know that was going to go wrong for the Miami Heat. They were trailing around an 11-2 run. Max Strus, Gabriel Vincent, and there was one time I saw Hayward Highsmith go over for an open corner 3. And he was technically one of the more efficient guys. He came 18 off the bench, a minus 3 over the entire performance. And technically, he was one of the better performers. Max Strus, scoreless off his 21 minutes. He was coming out over the starting rotation. He's going over 10 and he was trailing around over 7. He could not. They were doing good kick-out transitions. He were actually closing out around an 8-0 run. They were way better over the interior offense. Bam Adebayo has an upside over DeAndre Ayton, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. He can hustle out and get those second chance points. And Nikola Jokic is one of the most efficient offensive centers, but guess what? His weaknesses: hustle and defense. Second chance points are a must-have. Bam Adebayo came off with being the scoring leader around 26 points. Jimmy Butler, that was attacking around the rim and getting around the fouls, he was the least efficient, going 1 for 2 from behind the arc, only making 1 3 and had 13 points. Gabe Vincent was trying to keep it around a shooting series when he was going 5 of 10 from behind the arc. Sometimes he was terrible from hitting around the wing, or whenever it came to hitting around the corner threes, just like Max Strus. But Martin was actually trying to collect over the shots, and he was actually attacking off mid-range. Don't forget about that massive chase-down block Michael Porter Jr. had over on Caleb Martin when he was attacking around the basket. And he only scored around the line. Guess what? Only 2 allowed foul shots over that entire series. I don't know if that's just lack of aggression coming from the Heat, or that's just great discipline over from the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets outplayed them, but I feel like they were just fatigued around the quarter. Thanks, they were playing their starters for a collective amount of time, guys. 44 minutes from Jamal Murray. Michael Porter Jr. played 43, Nikola Jokic was 44. The least amount of time spread. They only played 8 men, and it was only a Series 1 game. I like how critical Mike Malone was overall in the post-halftime, and it was because they were letting out over 35 minutes for their starting rotation. Most you saw that was actually producing around their bench was Bruce Brown and Jeff Green and Christian Braun. I don't know why they are less reliant on trying to start guys like DeAndre Jordan that can collectively force around rebounds, or Reggie Jackson that just spread out the ball a lot more. When I know they were pushing damage. Jamal Murray dropped over for 26, and he was just getting those easy baseline jumpers like he usually does around the floor. Great shot selector, but around his shooting splits, he was just getting a bit more fatigued around his open corner threes, and they were killing it. Michael Porter Jr. defensively was killing it. Aaron Gordon, he came over with 16 after a hot start over in the first quarter. Wasn't really that aggressive around the fast break and got a good chase down block off. I think it was either Max Strus that was about to attempt over a 3 and he blocked it. Great defense. Jokic got a block. Michael Porter got 2 astounding blocks over on the defense. But I feel like just trying to stretch over the minutes they have, I guess with the lack of depth that I feel like the Nuggets had after getting rid of Bones and so many rotational pieces, to just not play them. DeAndre Jordan Play them. Zach and Niji, play him. Thomas Bryant that you traded from the Lakers, play him. Spread over your floor. You guys have a 7-game series. You see how they choked out the Bucks? You see how they just squeezed out most of the depth out of the Knicks? And they nearly just shut out the Celtics after they just came back over a 3-0 lead. You don't underestimate the Heat. Even when the Heat were down and they were closing out after being down by 21 around the third, and they were closing up after Gabe Vincent was killing it, attacking around the rim, getting and ones, getting over those contact shots, and they were actually pulling up off the wing with a garbage time 3. Duncan Robinson wasn't shit tonight. That night, and so wasn't Max Strus, that just came out scoreless after playing 21 fucking minutes. Are you kidding me? They were playing Nikola Jovic, that needs stretches out the floor. Yatsu Servin, that I haven't even seen him be effective. Even Cody Zeller, they just get a body out there. Spread out your floor. Save your starters' energy when the series really matter. Or else this would have been a more dominant closeout, either than the Nuggets just leaving their guard down, or the Heat could have closed up into at least 5 points in the last 2 minutes left. Good play by Jokic. He did close up with a triple-double again. 14 assists, 11 rebounds, and he came with 27 points. We need to halven Jokic's production, because the problem with the Nuggets is their lack of depth and on-ball creativity. They don't have a floor general around their secondary rotation that I think is like a massive stretch. Jeff Green's good over the defensive side of the ball, and I don't want to disrespect Michael Porter Jr. or Jamal Murray. You get them fatigued out there, they are just aimless, just a stretchful player. Jokic is that guy with the Emperor's vision, while the rest is just okay attributes to have on the floor. Not a lot of personality. While you got Lowry, that can stretch over the floor and lead over a secondary team with his experience. Duncan Robinson, that can shoot lights out whenever he can. He played 21 minutes. Cody Zeller, that's a reliable hustle body. Highsmith, that can actually attack around the rim. Underrated. Caleb Martin, you leave him to attack over the rim, over the fast break. He can give headaches. And Gabe Vincent, been outstanding this entire playoffs. And he came around closing up the second most points out of the rotation. If it wasn't for Bam Adebayo, that was just hustling over his second chance points, good over in the post. He had a clean fadeaway jumper around the foul line around the third quarter. I was liking his aggression around the ball and wanting to actually try to score whenever, clean up whenever the Heat just miss shots that a big man should do. So Heat just need to pick up around this aggression. I feel like they might lose game 2, but it's going to be a very close game, closer than Series 1, where the Nuggets just have more of the home court advantage and more of the energy set up. But I feel like this is going to be more adjusted, and the Nuggets are going to be in desperation time to at least try to play a bit more of their rotational pieces. Or at least try to be more conservative, because playing KCP 36 minutes to just go 3 for 8, you're going to get what you're going to get, and you're not going to get upset. And I think it just comes over to Mike Malone having too much confidence on his team. And I'm not saying he shouldn't, but letting a Game 1 series and you're letting these guys play like it's Game 7, that's a massive problem with Mike Malone. And I feel like this might cost you when the series goes to a Game 3, Game 4, Game 5. So, if the Nuggets want to keep this series up, get more conservative and get your bodies out there and actually make plays. Michael Porter Jr. was 2 for 11. 2 for 7 was Jamal Murray. They were good off attacking around the rim. I'm not saying that they didn't make shots, but the shots that really mattered to try to extensify the lead. This is why we turned into a 21-point lead around the third, turned into closing out over a double-digit run around the first 3 minutes over in the fourth quarter. So yeah, Nuggets are looking comfortable for now, but when the series gets really hot, no pun intended, I really don't mean it. I really don't mean it. The Heat might be coming, and hopefully Malone doesn't become the victim of underestimating Jimmy Butler when the games really matter the most. Thanks for watching the DST show. Like, comment, subscribe if you think I'm right or you think I'm wrong. You guys enjoyed NBA Finals Game 1. Possibly not because, kind of Nuggets game the entire time. But, it's good to see my Heat out there. Try to compete. Try to hustle up. We know Game 1s are not always the most exciting, especially with the star factor alone. But just seeing, like, two teams without the drama, try to win it all. Always an exciting feature. But that's it for me. Thanks for watching the DC Sideline Productions. That's it for me. Thanks for watching.